here at the Prehistoric Trackways National Monument, just northwest of Las Cruces, New Mexico. Today I'm going to be going down the Ridgeline Trail, which trends west and north up to the northern edge of this monument, at which point you enter the Robledo Mountain Wilderness Study Area. Again, this is the Ridgeline Trail. Takes about, I don't know, 1.5 to 2 miles to get out of the monument itself and into the Wilderness Study Area. Over there to my left, you can see where this area used to be used for mining of sand and rock. At one point, paleontologists or geologists, I'm not sure, came out here and found scientifically important fossils that led to this area becoming protected. It fell under the management of the Bureau of Land Management and was converted into a national monument. It is still managed with a multi-use philosophy. There are people who come out here for recreational riding of off-road vehicles. You'll see some horseback riding, hiking, scientific expeditions, and it's still used for cattle grazing. In fact, we may very well see some cattle today. The area is being actively improved by the Bureau of Land Management. They're improving the trails, putting in trail markers, improving the parking lots. The plan is to eventually have a visitor center and other amenities. But right now it's still a pretty primitive, undeveloped recreation area. Here we're coming up to a spot where the trail was rerouted. The original trail was quite steep and it was getting badly eroded because it was not really constructed with good trail construction techniques. The new trail that I'm on now is routed better, not as steep, and it has switchbacks in it and other improvements to help keep it from getting washed out. Makes it a lot more tourist friendly and much more sustainable and less damaging to the landscape. Coming up to a branch in the trail, if you go left, it takes you down to the original discovery site where the fossils were first found. If you go right, it continues up the ridgeline and eventually to the north end of the monument. Here's another point where the trail was rerouted. It used to go up that darkly colored prominence there where there's a lot of exposed volcanic igneous rock. It was actually kind of fun to go up there, but while I'm in the National Monument, I do like to stay on the established trails, of course. Those spiky, bushy plants there, that's sodal. It's not a cactus. not a yucca, but it is related to yucca. Beautiful plants, extremely drought tolerant, tolerate heat, to some extent can tolerate cold. Scientific name is Dazzlerian, and these very common, especially once you get to a little bit higher elevation. Commonly used as landscape plants. The variety around here is Dazzlerian Wheeleri. Here I'm 1 1/3 mile along the trail. Coming up, there's another branch. If you go to the left, again, it takes you down to the discovery site. If you keep going straight, it winds north and west and eventually gets to the edge of the National Monument. At this point, you can see Picacho Peak over there to the left. That's another popular hiking spot and a great recreation area for outdoor enthusiasts. Over to my right, you can see the Doñana Mountains, another great recreation area. Straight ahead, you see the Robledo Mountains. Okay, about 2 miles in, pretty much near the edge of the National Monument, headed towards the Robledo Mountains. We're about to drop down into a wash or arroyo that winds its way along roughly west to east. Toward the east, there of course would drain into the Rio Grande River. At this point, I'm outside of the National Monument. You can see the Doñana Mountains up there, dropping further down into the arroyo. You'll notice the juniper trees dotting this area. They really appreciate the occasional moisture when this arroyo drains rainwater coming out of the southern end of the Robledo Mountains. was kind of fun there. Now I'm going to be proceeding east along the arroyo. Notice this is not an established trail. We're outside of the National Monument, and we are headed toward a nice scenic area where we'll be overlooking the mountains and the river valley. Alright, we're coming upon our destination. Been going for 2.55 miles, starting from the sign outside the monument that identifies the Prehistoric Trackways National Monument. On the horizon there, through the gap in the trees, you can see the distinctive profile of the Doña Mountains. And we're going to cross over some exposed bedrock here. It's always kind of fun. A little variation in the terrain. This is as far as one can go without using ropes to descend that decline there, where there is an occasional waterfall. You can see Baylor Mountain in front of us, Baylor Pass, and the Oregon Mountains come into view right around here. Have to decline this little rock shelf here, and then it'll be time to get out the drone again. Drop the phone, it's not good. It still works though. And what we're going to see here is the famous split rock. Maybe I shouldn't say famous. Not that many people know about it. And it's right down there. Really a beautiful view here. Oregon Mountains in the mist. Goat Hill Mountain a little to the left. Right by the rock wall to the left, you can see San Agustin Peak. In the valley, you see the Rio Grande River, which is dry now because the meager water flow is being stored at Caballo and Orphan Butte reservoirs. And you can see some agricultural fields, predominantly pecan fields. That is is one of the mainstays of the agricultural industry here in the Las Cruces area. Now I'm just going to package up the drone, pack it away, and stop thinking about photography and just enjoy nature. Once I get this damn thing properly in there, it's very difficult to do. Obviously a skill that I still have to master. There we go. This particular drone has a particular sequence where you have to fold up the quadcopter arms, get it all safely stowed away without breaking anything. Got the case, got the lens cover there, get this situated. Make sure everything's packed and zipped. And then head back to the parking lot. Doing the view here one more time with the camera on. Then I'll sign off and plan my next excursion. There we go.